what's up? Check out this blunt and honest review from the Jock and Nerd Podcast. That's us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy.
What's up, guys?
Jock and Nerd. Let's get into this week's review, Predator Killer of Killers. Here's your spoiler alert.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
The surprise animated film that Dan Trachtenberg tweeted about earlier, going, oh, by the way, they got Badlands coming out. And he's like, oh, by the way, I got another movie coming out. What? And this was it. This is the 6th film and the 8th installment overall in the Predator franchise, if you're counting AVP, which nobody does. On Rotten Tomatoes, currently this movie is sitting at 96% tomato meter, 90% popcorn meter audience score, high scores. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who did Prey, co-directed by Joshua Wasung, and written by Micho Robert Rutari. This is an animated film on Hulu, rated R, 1 hour and 25 minutes. Anthony, what happens in Predator Killer of Killers?
Predator Killer of Killers expands upon what everyone was wanting, which is the Predators hunting different warriors throughout different periods of time. So you have a Predator hunting Scandinavian warriors in 841. You have a Predator hunting Japanese samurai / shoguns from Japan in the 1600s. And then you have a Predator hunting U.S. soldiers during the World War II, specifically fighter pilots.
Yes. And
do you disagree? You had a long pause.
That's it.
He was just smoking weed.
He had a faith in his
Sorry, I had to take a hit. Nell Books. Where's Nell Books at? And it's and then there's a 4th part epilogue, right, as we see the Predators are collecting these warriors. So, Anthony, let's just start with you. It's animated.
I don't like them damn cartoons.
I know you don't like them cartoons, but this is a violent ass cartoon. What did you think once it was over?
I loved it. I thought it was great. People have been clamoring, especially since Prey, for this idea, and the versatility of animation or cartoons is you can pump this out pretty quickly, and you can create things that are just not possible in live action unless you just invest a lot of money or time.
Yeah.
So while I don't always prefer animated movies, I thought this was a perfect medium for this. If you did this in the movie format, it would almost play off as it's more of the same.
Right.
I think making it animated, doing 3 different time periods was great. I loved the action. I loved learning about these characters. I thought it was a good amount of time with each character. And then I loved the epilogue at the end where you have all them forces combined on a Predator homeworld.
Yeah.
And what I also like about this and what he's done with Prey and this is he's building a Predator universe that actually is interesting. And he's adding to the lore. He's adding to the universe and the mythos of these creatures in a way that feels, to me, a natural progression, but also fresh. So, yeah, I'm really into it.
Yeah, I like Dan Trachtenberg's universe. He's setting up, kind of taking control, tying things together. Ruggs, I know you're a animation aficionado, and frame rates tend to bother you.
Yeah.
And I will admit, the beginning of this movie, it was very stuttery.
Yeah.
Now, a weird thing happens, though, as you watch this movie. I found that your brain kind of adjusts. It starts to fill in. So they're clearly it's drop frame rate, right? It's a little cheaper. They're animating on the 2s, but by the end of it, my brain was kind of filling in the motion and it didn't bother me anymore. What did you think of the movie? What did you think of the frame rate?
Yeah, it does bother me when the frame rate is jerky.
It was a little jerky.
Yeah, it's a little jerky. But it still was, with that out of the way, everything else was great.
Yeah.
So the shots, the pacing of the action, the way it built up, and the character design was pretty good for the most part. There's not one attractive woman in this whole thing for some reason.
Well,
why not? Why can't you do that for me? I just I want to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
But I think that It was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I really thought it was nice. A nice runtime, an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Perfect runtime.
Yeah.
It was bloody where it needed to be bloody. It introduced each predator. It was kind of different. There was like a giant hulking one, and there was like kind of a more like a ninja like one.
Yeah.
And so they were all appropriate. And there was one even like was a dogfight essentially.
Right. He was just like in the plane. He was pilot one.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this. The fucking violence, the kills were creative. I thought the writing was great. The storytelling is amazing in parts. There's a whole section where there's barely any dialogue, and you get all the character development. You get exactly what these characters are thinking. It's really well done. And then the wrap up, the part 4, and the little Easter eggs and the tease they ended on got me excited. So let's just go through these chapters because they are each titled. The first one was called The Shield. Like Anthony said, 841 in Scandinavia, we meet a Viking warrior named Ursa and her son Anders.
She's a shield maiden.
She is, that's why it's called The Shield, and they all have shields. And they're hunting Zoran, who has killed Ursa's father. And so the way this plays out is in each segment, you notice there's a predator kind of watching them, cloaked. And they find Zoran, and that's a great scene. They fucking murder all his men, and Anders gets the fucking head-chopping blow of Zoran, who doesn't even remember her when she confronts him. It's kind of like a "Who are you" moment from Andor, that episode 8, where he's laughing, he doesn't even know her. And then once they kill everyone, the predator shows up to challenge the killer of killers. This theme of these predators are just watching these guys and waiting and seeing who survives and then challenging them. And that whole fucking fight scene is fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good.
From inside the house, just, in each of these segments, when these creatures show up, you got to imagine that these people are like, what the fuck is this? And you see that in their faces. So the whole sequence where
they called it Grendel.
She calls him she calls the last guy the Grendel King, which is awesome. But that whole bit where she's tossed outside and she slides onto the ice and goes underwater, and each one you see how they figure out how the predators work, the temperature, how they scan for temperature. She's under the water. He can't see her, and she uses it to her advantage.
Yeah, the cat and mouse game in the water. He's a big ass predator.
Yeah,
he's got this hand that's basically like a force projection type thing.
It's like an impulse cannon or something.
It's cool seeing the way the predators looked back then and what tech they had to their disposal, right? Because if you just had it where they had the shoulder cannon back in 800,
right?
It's not even a contest at that point.
Right.
They would just fire that at you and you die.
That's true. The tech advances to the point where, in the fourth part, the kid realizes and finds and uses the tech. But I always thought it was interesting that these kind of predator creatures had this tech also. Like, did they got an IT department? Who's putting this shit together? How the fuck are they making? Who taught them how to make circuit boards? But and then the creative kills in this one where she gets the anchor wrapped on him and to pull him down, but he grabs her, of course, at the last second. And then she uses the force cannon. She gets him to fire, shoots her out of the water, shoots him down, impales his head on the spike of the anchor. Fucking fantastic kill.
That was great.
The kid does not survive, though. She loses Anders, the son. And then at the end of the first one, you see her. She's told the story, and she's in a spaceship with a collar. You're like, the fuck? And then it pans over to...
That's the part I didn't get.
Another guy with a collar, right?
Right.
You didn't get it even at the end?
So they're all being thought out?
You kind of spend time with them as they're thinking about, or maybe just the story up until there.
Well, so they've been taken from each of their time
periods, yes,
and then saved in a refrigerator somewhere,
yes,
and then
in a cryo capsule, yes.
All right, that's what was going on,
and they're being thought out to battle.
No, I initially thought that was interesting, or at least weird. Where I went, if they're going with this where I think they're going, which they do,
yeah.
I was going, how are they how are they preserving it? Like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
But they're going with the tech idea and the freezing.
Yes. And we'll get to that because it adds a whole new thing we did not know that these predators were doing.
Right.
This whole time. So part 2, the sword, Japan, 1600s. This one, I think this is my favorite segment of the whole movie because there's no dialogue in the beginning and they brilliantly set up the relationship these two brothers, sons of a warlord, have, where they want to help each other. They want to support each other. And then wordlessly, he just puts the helmet down and he's like, you two, you're going to fight to see who my heir is. And the one kid right away, you can see in his eye, he's like, I'm not going to fight you. Just puts it down. It's fantastic. You get him. And then the father is disappointed. And the other kid, you see, he's like, I don't want to disappoint him. I don't want to fight my brother. Fuck it. I'm going to fight my brother. And jumps in and engages and kind of defeats him. And then the brother runs away. And all this without dialogue. But you see it in their face exactly what they're thinking. It's fucking fantastic.
I agree. I liked that. I also liked that they found a way, because the easy thing to do would have been, let's just copy the formula we had with the Viking one,
right,
where we just show these badass samurai or ninjas killing a bunch of people. But here they do the whole brother versus brother thing and build a backstory to it.
It's fantastic. So then he runs away. You cut to 20 years later, and the brother who stayed is kind of the warlord's right-hand man, and the other brother is a fucking ninja, which is amazing. And he sneaks back in. I don't know why he snuck back in. Was he planning on just killing his brother? But
yeah. I think he was
just confronting him. Like,
no, I think he wanted to kill his brother.
To become
I don't think he wanted to kill him. I think he wanted to confront him, and because he has a chance to kill him, but he just scratches him with the knife, the sword, the same way.
Yeah.
And he happens to fall down.
That's a great moment.
Well,
too.
like, he was disgraced and he had to leave, so he wanted to come back.
Some closure, maybe, or just kind of
But I guess like him kind of taking down everybody is like proving to his brother that he didn't get the better of him.
Yo, that whole sequence where the guards see him and they're trying to hit the bell and he's got to stop them, several dudes from hitting the bell, was fantastic. Just so well choreographed. Great sequence. Then you get them. He finally confronts his brother. This is an epic fight. The Predator is watching and he cuts his face just like the brother did to him when they were kids. The brother is kind of thrown off a banister and disappears. The Predator thinks the ninja brother, Kenji, has won and attacks him. And this is another fantastic chase scene over the rooftops. Some fucking badass moves, like when he jumps, throws the smoke grenade, jumps, flips, throws two knives, crashes through the window.
Okay, now describe the rest of the movie.
Fuck yeah. It's great. It's so great. Okay, and the next thing that happens in minute 27 of this
I was wondering. I normally call him out on this, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to let him run. Just
there's so many great things in here.
Describe the entire movie.
Anyways, they gotta team up and they kill this Predator, right? He's done. What'd you think of that section? Did anybody like that the most? This is my favorite section out of it.
What, the ninja section? I love that one too. The only section I don't recall that well is the dogfight one.
Oh, don't worry, Imran will tell you.
I'll catch you up to speed.
Describe that to me.
Let me comment real quick. And Imran, please don't describe every goddamn scene in the movie. I thought I like of the two. I like the Scandinavian one better, but this was also very good. Yeah, I like the Scandinavian one because of just how vicious the character is. With the shield, and it's just seeing the woman do that.
She's badass.
Like, what's cool about these is you got these badass predators.
Yeah.
And maybe they're not so badass, but you always have like one human that's always able to take them down, but they do it in such a creative way that it's almost believable. Almost.
Well, that was the other thing is like all three of these predators lose. And I'm like, that's interesting. Where is this going? And then they do make it go somewhere.
Right.
So then part 3 is the bullet dogfight. The plane is called the Bullet. The plane the kid is working on, which is why the section is called the Bullet. And you have a pilot. You just have a spacecraft predator and he's got this crazy skyhook weapon. And the kid figures it out and he goes up there. But so everything was the only problem I had with this is everything. It's a cartoon and it's Predator and it's sci-fi. It seemed grounded until this kid starts doing Tom Cruise Mission Impossible shit.
Yeah, that was a little odd.
And walking out on the wing of the plane to kick off a engine that's on fire. Like, Hanzo, who's fucking flying this plane? What are you doing? But it's an action movie. It's a cartoon. I'll allow it.
Well, just for some backstory, this kid wanted to be a pilot. He gets drafted into the Army. His dad supports him being a pilot or wants him to go in the Army and become a man.
Yeah.
Gets in the Army. He's not a pilot. He's like a mechanic, but then finds an opportunity to get into the air once he realizes that the alien predator is hunting his fellow soldiers.
Yeah, just to get up there and warn them as they have a dogfight and the predator's watching, and he waits to see what
I did find it a little interesting that they focused on the air fight on the scene in this one.
Yeah.
Not because it wasn't good and it was different. Those were good things, but I always assumed that the predator preferred hand-to-hand combat because of the fact that he takes skulls.
Right.
And if you're blowing them out of the air, you can't really skin them and take their skull. But maybe this was a predator that wanted to test his flight capabilities and fighting against the best that humans had.
He fucked around and found out.
He did.
He was just like, all right, I'm going to have a little fun with these guys.
Yeah.
And then they didn't realize that, okay, these motherfuckers can fight back.
I mean, again, I learned how he figures out the temperature thing, right? And they kind of climb to freeze and turn the engine off, and he's actually gets the advantage. He's invisible for a second, takes out one of his fucking engines, and then really brilliant idea to fly into the battle zone and
damage a ship.
Yeah, and then fly out to the battleships, and he takes them down. He figures out a way to use the skyhook in his plane, flooding the engine. The thing is, he learned from his father to swing around and blow him up. And then, so this one ends a little bit differently because we are returned to Torres and he's back at home in his garage. And then you see a ship come and kind of abduct him. And this gets us into, it's kind of an epilogue, but it's really a fourth act.
Fourth act, yeah.
Where we learn what is the whole gameplay here, Anthony? What are they collecting these people for?
So we learned that in this Predator lore that's being built, the humans that win, or maybe not even the humans, because I think later on we see other alien type creatures.
Yeah.
Anything that can defeat the Predator, that's not the end of it. They come back and they come to get you, but they come to get you because you've earned their respect.
Yep.
To then battle them in combat later on, and in this one they unfreeze these three characters: the Ursa, the Japanese Kenji, and Torres.
Yeah.
And they put them into a pit to face the King Grendel or the Grendel leader.
Yeah, he's like a warlord.
Ursa says, and basically he wants to test himself.
Yep.
He's got dreads down to his feet, so we know that he's an older, battle-tested guy.
Yeah, he smokes weed.
And him and Imran both smoke weed. That's why he takes long pauses before he speaks. And he basically says, hey, with these collars, so these collars basically
they're translators.
Yeah, they're translators, but they're also devices to blow your head up if you don't comply.
Oh, that's right. There's bombs in them, too.
Right. And he tells these three characters, you fight each other. You're three great warriors. You fight each other. Whoever wins gets to fight me.
It's fucked up. Also, the tails.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
His headdress. Those tails are actually xenomorph tail bones.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't notice that. Well, what was cool about this one, and this was also great, was you have these three characters, all from different times, all that can't speak each other's language, although Torres knows a little Japanese because he's in World War II. Yeah. So they're all in this confusing situation where Ursa wants to kill both of them because that's the order she got, and she's a warrior. She doesn't respect Torres at all. Torres doesn't even want any part of this. He basically wants to escape and get these characters to work together. And Kenji, or Kiyoshi, was it Kenji? Kenji realizes because of his experience, the only way to take these predators down is to work together. Yeah. But he can't communicate that to these.
Yeah, it's great. Yes. And it's just the problem of the language is a huge problem. Torres' plan is good to get to the ship, and he's like, I'll learn how to fly it. And Kenji is trying to get, and she just wants to join Anders, her son, right? She just wants to die to be with her son.
She wants to go to Valhalla.
Yeah. Another little great Easter egg is when they're all given weapons from their time period. Torres gets the 1712 flintlock pistol, which you saw in the second Predator movie, and I believe it was in Prey
It originated
As well.
in Prey, but you first see it in the second Predator.
In the second
movie.
Predator. So
handed to Harrigan, played by Danny Glover.
Yeah. And Torres is like, this is even from my century. What is this?
I love that he's got to like throw the bullets in there and like all the old school way you would shoot a gun.
Yeah, you got to load the gunpowder and put the fucking bullets, and the bullets go flying. This is not a very efficient weapon. And a big fucking creature comes out, and they do finally kind of figure out, work together. Torres gets swallowed. The other two work together to kill the thing. And he comes out.
Maybe a little unbelievable that they kill a thing that big, but
it's huge, but it's fucking dope the way they're climbing on top of him and slicing him up. And I just like that Ursa finally like figures out, we got to work together. And then the warlord's about to blow their heads off, but then Torres shows up in a spaceship, in a little speeder. They ride up towards the ship.
Apparently that spaceship has control of the neck collars they have.
Well, no, that was there was an arm inside the creature because he had eaten a predator beforehand. And that predator, there was the predator that's head blew off, or that one looked like the one from the first movie. Also, some people were saying the same kind of predator, but they do eventually fight this warlord, and it's a pretty good fight. And Torres figures out how to get the ship, gets it started, blows the warlord back. Kenji's injured. They're all on the ship, and
Kenji's arm gets taken off.
Oh yes, he throws the spear, ripping Kenji's arm right off. That was fucking crazy. They
Carl
get on
Weathers vibes.
Yes. Oh yeah. They're about to escape, and they get chained with a chain link hook thing. And Ursa's like, "You guys go. I got this." She rides the chain back down, destroying it. So how this all ends? They get away, but the warlord is like, "Let's go hunting," and sends a bunch of ships after them. And Ursa is captured, and then you get a quick post-credit scene where you see Ursa in a cryo chamber being moved, and there's thousands of these, and it stops to focus in on one, and who is it? It's fucking Amber Midthunder, Naru from Prey.
Oh, shit.
In the fucking cryo chamber. Which begs the question, who else is in there? Is fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's Dutch in there?
They got to have Dutch, and they got to have Harrigan.
Is Harrigan? Is Danny Glover in there?
And they got to have the dude from the Predator.
Adrian Brody?
No, well, Adrian Brody, but they also got to have the dude from the horrible Predator movie that Shane Black did.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what that guy's name was. It's him and fucking Olivia Munn.
Oh, that's right. Olivia Munn and Shane Black. Wasn't Shane Black in the movie too? Just make it Shane Black.
I don't think he was in there. I got to ask a question.
Yeah.
Thanks for narrating this.
Well, Ruggs forgot the movie, so.
Yes, I agree. We had to do that. But I am curious from Ruggs' perspective, what do you think of the way they've expanded the lore? Do you like that they keep the humans and cryo freeze them and pull them out later on to test themselves? Or are you like, that's too much?
I don't know. I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's okay. I mean, I never really thought the Predator really had much backstory or anything so anything is, I don't know. I don't find it offensive yet. I could see where it could get there, but I am curious because the Predator in and of itself is kind of like an oxymoron. It's like this kind of very bestial thing, but it's supposedly very smart,
right,
and advanced,
right.
And so it's like that kind of dichotomy. It's weird. It's like it's very much two different things.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm interested in, what are they called? The Yautjas?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's from the books and the comics. They call them the Yautjas.
Yeah.
I don't know if they ever called them that on canon in the movies, but yeah, I agree. It's always, I made the joke earlier, but these Predators are so advanced.
Yeah.
Yet it's so fucking funny that they always get their asses kicked by some human.
They have all this
that has less technology. Like that's always a weird dichotomy, and they're able to somehow pull that off. I really actually like the lore here and what they're adding to it with the humans being captured. I would compare this to, in not the best way. So when Alien added all the Prometheus stuff, to me that's adding to the lore in the wrong way, or at least the way that doesn't connect for me.
Right.
But when I compare it to that, I'm like, this is way better.
Yeah, I like this. And like, if he's doing Badlands,
it's a different animal. I mean, pardon the pun, but
it is.
It's like the Predators are clearly a sentient race, so that you can do something like this with.
Right.
Well, whereas the Xenomorph is a beast. It's just like this thing. And to try and imbue it with more, you have to kind of go outside of it.
Yeah.
And that's where you get the trouble.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, but I love how there's all different kind of predator designs in here. But like what you said, it was always weird. They're feral and they're animalistic, but they got all this tech and they still get fucking killed. I mean, he had a fucking advanced spaceship, right? And Torres is able to fucking take him out.
Hey, man, if people go hunting for big game, they get killed by the game all the time.
That's true.
Everyone figures out the heat thing and uses it against them. They should probably work on that.
I'm sure that they win more than they lose.
Well, they definitely kill a lot of the people.
That's true.
In each of these scenes, they kill a bunch of people before one gets to them.
That's true.
I think it's a lot of it's they play on the overzealousness in these of the predators and how confident they are against these people. But I love when they showed Naru, I went the inevitable next step, and I don't know if they could pull dust off the cobwebs on Arnold.
Yeah.
But if this does well enough, especially Badlands,
like an animated Arnold.
Would you do it?
I think you do the. I don't know if you could do the live action Arnold.
Yeah,
but maybe an animated Arnold.
You could have him do the voice and have and he's still young in the animation.
But they would just thaw him out and then put him in the octagon,
right,
or whatever.
I mean, this whole frozen cryo thing is crazy. It just opens up a lot of potential.
What if Arnold kills the main king and then he becomes the king predator?
Oh, he is the warlord predator.
And they rename him. They don't call him Dutch anymore. They go, we are now naming you Conan the Barbarian.
He's just wearing fucking,
and then he's just fucking 8 women predators.
Just predator human hybrids.
He's horny
everywhere.
that
Yeah. He's like, I've been in the frozen tube for 40 years.
He'll fuck the maid. He'll fuck anyone.
I'll fuck anything that moves. By the way, Fubar season 2 is out, and this show is not good. I wish it was.
Do you, Imran, going to you?
Yeah.
Does this make you more excited for Badlands?
Yeah, I am really curious what he's going to do in Badlands, which I feel is going to be in the future, but it's a similar topic of a predator trying to prove himself. I wonder how they're going to tie this in.
It's going to be a Western.
Well, and then the Wayland Yutani things in that movie. So you have an alien thing you're trying to connect. You have Prey and now trying to, like with Dan Trachtenberg doing Predator and Fede Alvarez maybe doing Alien, like there's some juice. It's finally some good shit in these two franchises. After all this time, it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I agree. I immediately watched the Badlands trailer right after.
Yeah.
And got more excited. Yeah. I also like that the Badlands trailer, he's trying something different. He's doing this from the Predator perspective.
Oh, right.
And it looks like he's going into the future.
Yeah.
I remember being at Comic-Con and being in the panel for Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
During the panel, Dan Trachtenberg did a little video for the audience and for Fede Alvarez. So what I think is happening with Alien and now the show is, and I think they're going to make probably another Alien. I do agree. I think they're trying to, push eventually towards another Alien versus Predator. Maybe not a movie, but like have them exist in the universe together, feature them in like a movie, but not like solely just fighting each other.
Yeah.
I think the Predator side of this is a lot better right now than the Alien side. But we'll see how Alien Earth turns out. I think Romulus we talked about it.
Yep.
Romulus was a little hit or miss.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the Predator stuff right now is better.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's because of what Rug Boy said. Like I think the Predator stuff leads itself to more lore, more opportunities to do things. You can get these different perspectives. You can build on stuff. Whereas the Alien, you have to add things to it. You can't just build on what the alien personality is.
Nah. Yeah, but like, so they got these two intercrossed alien species movies with Alien and Predator.
Yeah.
And we saw in Badlands that they have like Independence Day aliens and other aliens that whatever. But so that's kind of like another idea. There's another alien race out there that could be just as interesting as these two.
Well, Alien Earth trailer, they mentioned there was 5 different alien species, not xenomorphs. The xenomorph had collected on that ship. So that will be exciting to see how that plays out.
Well, also in the cryo chambers before they show Naru, you can see like an alien type being in one of the cryo.
Oh, yeah.
Not the alien itself, not the xenomorph, but
something similar.
They're definitely very much implying that there's other things that they've hunted that have killed them.
I mean, there's thousands of those fucking things in that shot. It's crazy.
Right.
So Vulcans out there.
They got. I mean, it's exciting. I think Alien Earth is going to be really good too.
Should they do a Predator Alien Spaceballs crossover?
Oh god,
Yeah.
Spaceballs, a spoof movie.
Imagine it was a Star Trek crossover. That would be great.
Yeah,
Captain Kirk.
Everyone wants it to be this cool alien thing, and they don't even go Captain Kirk. They do like Star Trek Next Generation or something stupid.
Jean-Luc Picard.
I love
yeah.
Picard. It's not wrong.
They do Star Trek, the one that was released just on Paramount, CBS Plus.
Oh, that's dog shit.
What? Strange New Worlds is great. I love that show. It's really good. Combine all this shit. Just do it. Put it in a blender.
I like what they're doing. What I like the most about it is it feels to me that Dan Trachtenberg, who's kind of the shepherding this universe and creating a new universe.
Yeah.
I get the sense he really actually likes this shit.
Yeah.
And he wants to build something.
I feel like the Romulans and the Yautja would be probably hang out and have beers together.
Not the Klingons, the Romulans. Oh, those are the ones with the stuff on their head.
Oh, the Romulans and the Klingons are very similar. So
yeah,
the Klingons definitely.
What was Worf? Worf was
he's a Klingon.
That's a Klingon. Yeah, Klingons and the Predators I could see hanging out together.
Were the Romulans the dude that from The Boys that played the lead Romulan or the bad Romulan in the Star Trek movie? What was that guy's name from The Boys?
Eric Bana played the main Romulan.
Oh, it was Eric Bana. I'm getting him confused with
Carl Urban is in Star Trek, but he played
Bones.
He was Bones. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I'm getting all this fucking confused.
Carl Urban's been everything. All right, Anthony, give me final thoughts. Give me a number. Maybe you rate it, rank it.
Wow, rank it. Wow.
Yeah.
I initially had this as an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to go lean a little bit higher. I'm going to go 8.5 out of 10.
Whoa.
I thought this was fantastic. I had a really good time with it. I always have a little bit of trouble comparing animated movies to live action just because there's so much you can do in an animated film. But I would say probably up, third, maybe second.
Mm-hmm.
The original Predator is always going to be the OG.
Yeah.
I have Prey up there,
yep.
And then I'd probably put this as the third.
Yeah.
I personally enjoy Predators and Predator 2, so both of those would be right next, and then it just gets to become dog shit after that. The Predator is one of the worst movies ever.
Yeah. And
the AVP films, especially Requiem, are some of the worst movies ever.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the
Predator. I completely agree with Anthony.
Yeah.
Except I would take my score down to an 8.
8.
Because I fell asleep. I forgot the last act of the whole thing. I'm like, if it's not that memorable, why didn't I remember it?
Son of a bitch.
Do you like, real quick, side question, Predator 2, yes or no, fan?
I haven't seen it in a while.
I haven't seen it in a while either. I need to watch it again.
I think it was disappointing to people at the time, but if you go back and watch it, I think it's pretty decent.
I think
it's a good early 90s action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it could be fun.
You got, what's his name? You got
Gary Busey.
Gary
Busey's in there.
Danny Glover. You
got Game Over Man, but he doesn't say that line.
Bill Paxton's
in it. Just some good shit.
It's very much of its time. I need to watch that one again. But
I gotta check that one out.
Man, I almost want to give this a 9, 8.5, 9. I'll give it a 9. But I agree with your top 3. I think the first one is going to be my favorite, and this is as good as Prey. I thought I enjoyed it as much as Prey. Those will both be 9s, and Prey's really good. And after that, I mean, the second one I need to watch again, and then I didn't really remember some of the other ones. The Adrian Brody one's okay.
I don't remember that one either.
Yeah.
You got Adrian Brody doing his best Arnold impersonation.
There's a bunch of it seemed a lot like the first Predator movie.
Yeah. But the first one's fantastic.
There was more than one Predator. There was a bunch of Predators.
Yeah.
Maybe Jesse Ventura's in those cryo capsules also. Put them all in there. Bring them all back.
He died.
Oh, he died. Well, yeah, he died. They can fix them. They're aliens. They're predators. Just fix them.